There we go. Smooth health on the drive. Can you hear clearly?
Tired of his bruise.
Okay, got it. Can you hear? You can hear yourself?
When I talk, I'm going to hear
course.
myself.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very important.
Oh!
What is it?
Don't mind me.
All right, we're going in. I need to increase this thing. So.
That's right. We are Smooth 98.1. Love music, love life. If you just joined us, you are just in time. It's time for the Smooth Health Show. And of course, we have a very special guest in the studio. We've been joking about his role at Evercare. And you know what? Judith is just going to give you the details of who he is in a second.
Yes,
But
indeed.
before we give you the details, don't forget, like we mentioned, we're giving out vouchers courtesy Evercare Hospital. And we'd love for you to be a part of our conversation. So reach out to us either on WhatsApp or just call the studio lines 0144899981, or just send us a WhatsApp message. Send it to 0809-444-0981.
Yes, indeed. We have our doctor here today. His name is Dr. Promise Emeka Okonkwo. Is a trained clinical audiologist and speech language pathologist at Evercare Hospital, Lekki. He's experienced in advanced diagnostics, hearing and balance disorders, and hearing amplification technologies. Dr. Promise is a licensed professional with the Medical Rehabilitation Board Therapist of Nigeria, MRTB, and a speech pathologist and audiologist association member of Nigeria. And today's topic, we're talking about, of course, from the bio, you already know, it's hearing loss and a silent killer. Hearing loss, a silent killer. Doctor, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you very
I
much.
would need you to speak into the microphone a bit. There you
There
go.
we go. Can you say that again?
Okay, thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
It's
Dr.
wonderful to have you.
Promise Ebuka
Okonkwo.
Okonkwo. That's it.
Okonkwo
Okonkwo from
worked
Things Fall
very
Apart.
hard
Yeah.
oh,
I think that's the easy
to
way-
plant
easiest
a
way
new
to say about
farm.
What'd you say?
it. Okonkwo from Things Fall Apart.
Exactly.
Everybody
Quickest way to
can
remember.
get familiar with that.
Yeah, and also Ebuka from,
From
Yeah.
BB Niger.
From Nigeria.
Yeah, BB Niger. Do you
Yeah,
watch
maybe
it?
that-
Do you
yeah,
watch
I
the
do
show?
once in a while.
I feel like this season does not have what it's
Oh,
not like the other
kind
seasons.
damn.
I'm just
You're doing
saying.
it
Maybe.
again.
It's been it's
All right,
boring.
but doctor, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
All right, so I mean, from your bio, I keep hearing audiologist, and I thought, I mean, me, I work in audio. I should be an audiologist, but who is an audiologist, and what are your focus areas in your specialty?
Thank you for that question. Well, as an audiologist, basically, audiology basically is a field of hearing.
Yes.
It's a branch of science that deals with hearing and balancing disorders.
Okay.
So basically, audiologists are professionals that are trained to take care of individuals with hearing concerns and balancing issues. You identify them, then you prefer solutions.
Awesome. Identify, then prefer solutions. Because we're going to talk about
you
a
can
few people.
identify, assess them, then
Prefer solutions. Okay, so according to the World Health Organization, they say that hearing loss is the fourth highest cause of disability globally, which is shocking, by the way. And it further says that they further say that with more than 450 million people with this condition. So the question I want to ask you is, what is hearing loss, and generally, what are the causes of it?
Okay. Simply put, hearing loss is inability to hear well,
Okay.
like normal people.
Okay.
Okay. When I say normal, we have the way we classify it.
Okay.
We have the normal threshold, we have the mild, we have severe, we have then up to like profound. So basically, if you cannot hear normal when you are being assessed, we carry out an assessment, and if you're not within that range, if you're not within that threshold, then we say you have hearing loss. You might still be able to hear well and communicate with people, but for us, we believe you have a loss in hearing.
And people that are susceptible to this, what? People that work in the media, like wearing headphones all the time.
Well, yeah.
DJs, I'm just saying, because we wear
DJs.
headphones, I mean, how
Six
many?
times a week?
6 out of 7 times
Yeah.
a week.
Yeah, well, it depends. If you always turn up your, the sound, the volume, then
what I'm telling you
I would
to
say
do.
it will affect you. But
Turn it
if
down
it's
a
not
little.
something you always turn up, then I think you're fine.
Okay.
You asked about my area of specialization. Yeah,
Yes.
diagnostic audiology, rehabilitation audiology, and that's basically what I do.
Okay, so
You know,
diagnostics involve what exactly?
yeah, that's just the process of evaluation and assessment. You diagnose.
Okay.
Before you can diagnose, you have to assess, you have to evaluate. Then you come out with whatever it is that is wrong with the patient. Then the rehabilitation aspect of it basically is you rehabilitate, from the word rehabilitation. You diagnose, you get a result, then what is the next thing to do to this person? You rehabilitate. For someone who have hearing loss, you can prefer, let's say, hearing aid or cochlear implants.
Okay.
So with cochlear implants comes rehabilitation
All right.
and hearing aid too.
So, what are the risk factors of hearing loss?
Okay, exposure to loud noise, it's a risk factor. And basically it's one of the major,
Exposure to loud noise.
yes, exposure. If you work in an environment where you're exposed to a lot of noise, maybe construction site, you work as a DJ, you always like to go to Owambe,
The music is really loud.
the music is loud. That's the infection, diseases, consuming medications that are not prescribed, orthotoxic medication.
Wait, consuming medication that's not prescribed.
So
How does that
yeah,
affect the ear then?
yeah, there are some medication that are actually not good for the ear cells. There is a cell in the ear that is responsible for sound transmission.
Okay.
So when you continue to consume this medication, let's say antibiotics, there's a level you take them to, they will definitely affect your hearing.
Oh, wow. If you're out there and you got questions for our doctor today, well, feel free to send us those questions. You can send them to our WhatsApp platform, which is 0809 444 Better yet, you should call us. Call
Yes,
the
indeed.
number.
On 0144899981. Again, 0144899981. By the way, we're streaming live on YouTube, so go on there to our YouTube platform and catch us live on there. It's at Smooth 981 FM. Again, at Smooth 981 FM. Make sure to click the notification button and subscribe to our channel as well, and catch us live on there so that you can be notified each time we go live. All right,
That's right.
let's do that.
Okay, so let's talk about age, right? So, big question here is this: does age play any role in hearing loss? And also, what stage does it lead to deafness? Because I have a number of questions that surround this particular question in a way. We see young people today. Everyone's wearing AirPods, walking on the road, and then we also see older people that need hearing aids, amongst other things. They're not wearing AirPods. They're not, exposed to the type of loud music or loudness in general. So, at generally, like you mentioned, the risk factors now, what age does, hearing loss really apply when it comes to all of this?
Yeah, I would say 40.
Okay.
But naturally, when we age, just like every other part of our body, we tend to lose our hearing.
Okay.
Where you age, you lose your strength at some point, you become weak, you lose sight at some point, not like total lose, you know that the way you can see. So basically, what I tell people is that hearing, our ears are organs.
Okay.
You've used them for like 40 years.
Oh, wow. You make it sound like it's a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. You understand? But at some point, they cannot be as effective as compared to, let's say, a teenager,
Okay.
because you're exposed to a lot of loud sounds. You've done a lot of things, so you've been using it. So at 40, it's always good that you begin to assess and evaluate your hearing. Then for young generations, for young people that are using AirPods and earphones, yeah, it's really, really affected the ears. Just like I said the other time, when you tune up the sounds, let's say 85 decibels and above, that's loudness. This will definitely affect your hearing because it goes straight into the organ that is responsible for sound transmission.
Okay.
And the organ, just like the air on our head, they eat off gradually. And once they begin to eat off gradually, then hearing loss comes in.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow, 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 wow. You can join the conversation, as we said earlier. Call us up on 0144899981. So, doctor, how can hearing loss be prevented, and what roles do earphones and earpods play in this situation?
Okay. The best way to prevent hearing loss is, I think we should even look at the basic things, the common thing that a lot of people do. We poke our ears with cotton
Cotton
balls.
buds are good. You didn't say barrel covers. That's crazy.
Broomstick.
Feathers, broomstick, a whole lot of things.
Sorry, doctor, before you go forward, let's just quickly take this call.
Okay.
Hello. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Sociable. How are you doing?
I'm good.
All right, go ahead, Sociable. You have a question for our doctor.
Doctor, please, I'm very happy listening to this wonderful topic. I want to find out this constant usage of phones. Because for me, I've always believed that using earphone is not too healthy and it may cause these hearing issues. So now I've jettisoned that. Now placing our phones directly on our ears and receiving you receive 10 to 50 calls in a day. Does it have any effects to one's hearing and all that? And what is the solution to prevent it? Do we start using speakerphones, or what can we use to prevent it from getting into our system?
All right, thank you so much for calling. They appreciate your call, Sociable. Call us up on 014489981. Again, 014489981. Doctor.
Okay, phones are good gadgets actually. It helps us to communicate. But what I would advise is that when you're using your phones, you should monitor how long you use them.
Okay.
Like he said that, like, you receive calls 50 times, I don't know, unless you're working in a call center, it shouldn't be that much. But when it comes to a point where you receive a lot of calls, you should give your ears a break. If you're not giving it a break, definitely and naturally, you are putting a lot of pressure on that ear. And as time goes on, you definitely will lose your hearing. You understand? You might not notice immediately, but gradually, maybe in the space of 10 years. But I feel once in a while, calls receiving shouldn't make you go,
What
shouldn't
about
make you lose your
what
hearing.
about cases of occupational hazard for those that are like call center
centers.
workers that have to put headphones, and telemarketers that have to call people and tell them about their goods and services in that type of situation?
Yeah, the simple thing to do is listen low. You don't have to increase the volume so loud. When the volume gets to a particular, let's say 85 decibel. I'm using 85 decibel because 85 decibel is quite loud.
Okay.
And you use it for a long stretch of time, it's definitely going to affect your hearing. It might not be immediately, but as time goes on, you can work in a place for 4 years. So for somebody like that, in that space of 4 years, and you keep going by the same decibel, the same threshold, then it's going to affect your hearing.
So I know some people that buy some headphones. They have noise cancellation,
Yeah.
because of some of the kind of work that we do. So you're saying now, in essence, that don't get those kind of headphones, and also don't listen to whatever it is that you're producing or listening to really loud. That's essentially what you're saying.
Essentially, you don't necessarily. One thing our ears does for us is that, let me give you a practical example. If a generator set is turned on here now,
Yes.
it will be very loud. At some point, you're like,
Be
oh, this
jarring.
is too loud. But at some point, you get so comfortable with it
Yes.
without knowing naturally. The same thing happens until the generator turns off. You know, wow, I've been exposing my ear to this all along. The same thing happens to us when you listen so low. At first, you might feel like you're not hearing well, but your ears will adjust, your brain will adjust, then you begin to hear well.
All right.
We need to take a break here.
We do need to take a
need
break.
to take a break at this point. When we come back on the other side, we'll take more of your questions and, of course, your comments as well to join the conversation. Remember that you can send all your questions to Dr. We have Dr. Promise Ebuka Okonkwo. He's an audiologist with Evercare Hospital. We're talking about hearing loss, a silent killer. All right. So if you have any questions at all for our doctor, please join the conversation. Send those questions to 0809 444 0981. You can also call us up here in the studio, and you stand a chance to win a 10,000 naira worth of voucher. It's courtesy Evercare Hospital, and that voucher goes to your first consultancy at Evercare Hospital. So call the number 014489981.
Smooth health on the drive.
So Lagos, if you didn't know, now you know.
Stay tuned.
Try Driving Lagos.
Did you know that the highway code has rules about reversing? Before you reverse, you should make sure that there are no pedestrians, particularly children or physically challenged persons, or physical obstructions on the road behind you. Otherwise, don't. Driving Lagos. Simple rules for driving safely around Lagos.
This is Lagos.
If music is the food of the soul, Smooth FM is my favorite diner.
Play the record once a day or as needed.
We've got your big songs, fresh news, and all that you need for that journey home. It's your Smooth Drive on 98.1.
There's nowhere on this earth that compares.
Smooth. Hey guys, my name is Rachel Kerr, and let me tell you about my Lagos. There's nowhere on this earth that compares. From mainland to island to the roadside suya, there's nothing like that. And of course, the sweltering heat from morning till evening. Now in my Lagos, nothing compares to the weddings. Nothing compares to our parties. But one thing I will say is there's nothing like reaching your land of Lagos. My Lagos, your Lagos.
Smooth health on the drive.
So Lagos, if you didn't know, now you know.
Stay tuned.
This is Smooth Health on the Drive.
It's a global observation that helps raise people's
Smooth
awareness.
Health is powered by Evercare Hospital, Lekki, transforming healthcare in Nigeria.
Smooth 98.1, love music, love life. If you just joined us, well, like I always say, you haven't missed too much, but you've missed half of the show. We're talking about hearing loss, a silent killer, and we have a very special guest in the studio, Dr. Ebuka Okonkwo, Dr. Promise Ebuka Okonkwo. He's taken us through all that we need to know about that. And if you've got questions, please call him on 01-4489-981. We see messages already. We'll get to those messages. And don't forget, we're giving out vouchers courtesy Evercare for your first consultation. So just reach out to us and let's have that conversation. Let's see who this is. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Emmanuel from Ikeja.
Hi, Emmanuel from Ikeja. How's it going today?
Very well, thank you.
Okay, so do you have a question for our doctor?
Yes, I've been listening in. Well, the statistics are scary anyway. But what I want to quickly ask is, there are some earphones, or I call them headphones now, they claim to have bone conduction. That's how they claim they transmit the sound. So I want to know if this is bone conduction. Of course, the ears are the organs for hearing. So how does that work? And does it also have an effect on ear usage? That's my question.
All right, doctor.
Doctor, yeah, you can answer the question.
Okay. The headset bone conduction headset you're talking about, yeah,
Okay.
you can actually use that. Okay, the bone when they say bone conduction, there is a bone at the back of our ear that transmits sound. That's why when you close your ear, sometimes you can still hear. So that part of the ear conducts sound into the ear too. So you can use it, and if you just like the headset too, if you don't use it appropriately, your bone area too will be affected. Even because when we are assessing ear, we don't just assess through the ear alone, we assess the bone area too.
Oh, wow.
So-
Didn't know that. This is the first time I'm hearing such.
Yes, we call it the mastoid bone at the back of the ear.
Got a few messages here, but let's see who this caller is. Okay. I think the call is stuck at the moment. Okay, let's get to the messages real quick. This one here says, I have a question for the doctor. For those of us who work at factories with loud machines, yes, we use earplugs and /muff, but over time we feel pain and have to remove them for a bit. What can we do to manage and take care of our ears for the little times we get exposed to higher decibel of sounds?
Well, what you're feeling is just it's just a natural thing that happens when you plug your ears. The ears are meant to be free, nothing in there. So when you plug your ears, you feel this discomfort at some point. It happens to even when you wear shoes, you feel that. So, but at that point that you're removing it, you're removing your earplugs. Please stay away from the noise environment. I'm sure your factory is not a place where there is noise everywhere. There'll be some places where you can take a rest, give your ears a break. So the most important thing is no matter how loud the noise is, no matter how you feel discomfort, once you're in a noisy area, please let your headsets be on, let your earplugs be on.
All right.
We have more messages here. We're going to take this one. This is Jay from Toronto. He goes, "Hey guys, always educative sessions each Thursday. Thank you for bringing in this specialized medical experts. Can you ask the MD if there's any correlation between having a really loud voice naturally and hearing loss? Secondly, does hearing earbuds or headphones impact our hearing over time? Also, is it bad to clean out our ears with cotton buds daily, especially after shower? I've been told we need to leave those the wask in our ears."
Yeah, let me start from the wax aspect. I always tell people, don't clean your ears. I can't remember the last
Don't
time.
clean your ears
Yes, I
at
can't
all?
remember. Wait, there is a canal. We call the ear canals. It's just like you can see through them. You don't need to poke anything in there. The ears are self-cleaning.
Okay.
I can't remember the last time I cleaned my ears. When you, after taking shower, you feel the need to clean your ears. Just clean the outer part alone. That's the pinna, the one you can see,
Yes,
the fleshy part you can touch.
the one you can
Yes,
hold.
use a soft cloth to clean out that aspect, but don't poke things inside your ear.
But when you
The
have
ear-
that wax thing that's really deep,
the wax is very good for your ear. They're actually meant to protect your ear from infection and lubricate your ears.
Oh, wow.
So it's misunderstanding because you don't have the right information. You think wax is not good for the ear. They're perfectly okay. It's just like when you have saliva in your mouth. Do you want to clean them out?
You can't even do it. So that's the problem.
Yes, absolutely. You cannot.
Cruz
Yeah.
has a message for us. He says, Judith and Kaide, talking volume control. I don't know what your problem is, Cruz. He says, please repeat the warning for my wife's sake. Clean your ears. The feeling is super sweet. The wax usually looks very dirty
And smells. That's right. He said, "Don't clean your ears. That feeling is super sweet. The wax usually looks very dirty and smells."
They're actually not dirty. Wax comes in different color. Most times gold,
Brown.
or brown.
Brown.
Then it depends on your gene. You have different types. But when it comes in black colors, probably dust is mixed up with the wax. Then it gives you that. The best thing, just go see your doctor. Let them wash it out. If I want to clean out people's ear, I use headlamps. I use a whole lot of stuff before I can see through, so I can clean well. Imagine you that you can't see your ear and you're trying to clean. You're further pushing in the wax. But the important thing is wax is good for the ear. They can't harm you in any way.
Let's take this call. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Are you there?
Yeah, God bless the doctor in the house.
Amen.
Amen. God bless you too.
Honestly speaking, you are making 100% sense.
Nice.
Thank
You
you
see,
very
right
much.
now, I hate wax. I hate the fact that I will stay in a while for a long time without cleaning my ear. But like the doctor rightly said, it's not even good to be cleaned, honestly. I'm battling the pain now as I'm talking to you now. Yeah, because the day before yesterday, first I need to clean my ear. You need to see this. And these guys that are producing this cotton bud, they should close the company. They should start manufacturing toothpick, honestly. Because, once you have cotton bud, fine cotton bud, you want to clean your ear. In fact, at a point, I could not, with that ear, after using that cotton bud to clean, as I'm talking to you, I'm not hearing very well with it. I had to go and buy ear ointment to drop to see if the wax can gently come out.
But is it working? Is it working?
It's working, but yesterday I still tried to see if I could still use cotton bud to clean
Look at
it
this
further.
man.
Maybe something is blocking the ear. Yeah, I just feel something is blocking my ear. Honestly, and I'm not finding it funny. But I think the doctor is making a whole lot of sense. The ear is self-cleaning. It cleans itself. God has made it that way.
Sir, do you...
Except in exceptional situations whereby there is so much, some people naturally are very dirty. Naturally, some people are very dirty. Both dust, everything will go and block the whole ear. So in some situations, I think really enjoying the conversation.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you for calling. I
All right.
appreciate your call. There, we have more messages. We need to take them so doctor can answer this question. This is Jennifer from Laos, and she goes, "Hello, doctor. What type of screening test can we do to determine if hearing loss is already happening?" And we're going to take this last message from Cisco Delgado.
Says, good evening, doctor. I wonder what those people in Alaba International Market that sell audio equipment will do after being exposed to heavy duty amplifier sounds. Is that a question now?
Well, I think he's just commenting.
Just a comment.
Yeah.
A lot of them definitely have hearing loss. They don't just know until it becomes significant and
Okay.
the communication becomes difficult, then they start running around.
And lastly, this is a Cruz. He goes, "Doctor, can we put oils as coconut oil or olive oil or honey in our ear canals as a means to maintain our ear and our ears?" He puts maintain in air quotes.
Well, I will always advise that you put olive oil when you feel there's so much wax. Sometimes
Okay.
the wax cakes, they become impacted. Then you can put olive oil just to melt it out. It doesn't mean you should poke your ear with cotton balls.
So in place of olive oils, now I know that there are some pharmacies where you can get eardrops. So
Yeah.
what are the effects of those?
Yeah, well, the ear drops most times are recommended when you have ear infections.
Okay.
So if you don't have ear infections, you don't need to use them.
This is at Jay. Jay goes, "Hi, can we use hydrogen peroxide to clean our ears? How do we deal with flying insects that get into the ear?"
First, if for flying insect to get into your ear, that means your ears are clean. Like when I say clean, there are no wax. Naturally, wax will help you repel insects.
Okay.
You understand? Well, most times I really don't encourage people to use hydrogen peroxide. Different people with their own practice, but I don't encourage people to use hydrogen peroxide. Just use olive oil. You'll be fine.
This one's peculiar. He says, his name is Josh. He says, recently one of my brothers began to have pain in his ear, and the doctor said it's been long he cleaned it. What can we do? Because it's really hurting him.
It's been long. It cleaned it.
Yeah, that's what he says the doctor says.
Well, let's say maybe the ear is having impacted wax. Impacted wax can cause you to feel discomfort. It's just like blocking the canals of your ear, and it exerts pressures on your ear canals and it gives you pain. So the simple thing to do is just have it washed out. That's all.
Let's get back to Jay's messages here, because Jay had quite elaborate message. If only I can reach it. I think it was a 3-part question. You only answered 2 now. I can't reach it, but anyway, let's keep moving.
Isn't that Jay?
Yeah, that's not Jay.
I
That's
remember that question.
Jay from Toronto. Yes, I thought I lost it again. Let's see if I can find it now. If everyone just stop typing so I can reach it.
Okay, you
I
know
can't
what?
reach it.
We'll get to
We'll
it.
get to it. Look for it.
Jay, we'll get to your message.
Yeah.
But real quick though, let's quickly ask you this, doctor, because time's not really our friend anymore on the show. What is the diagnosis process for hearing loss, and also the facilities that are available to treat the condition at Evercare Hospital?
Okay, we have quite a number of tests that needs to be done. Simple tests from pure tone or geometry, we have tympanometry, we have OAE, even tests to screen newborn babies as early as 1 week. You understand? A child that's, you give birth to a child, in 1 week we can screen that child and know if the child is congenitally deaf or, having hearing impairment from birth. So
right.
you can screen with that. So there are a lot of tests and they are available at Evercare.
Final message, because we're totally out of time.
Yeah, this is back to Jay Gasbolon's question. So we're going to take it back to the question. And he was asking if he said, can you ask the MD if there's any correlation between having a really loud voice naturally and hearing loss? And then secondly, does wearing earbuds and headphones impact our hearing over time?
Okay, I think the best way to know is to go and have a hearing assessment done. Naturally, from experience, people with loud voice comes down, they have hearing loss. So
Wait, people with loud voices?
yes,
Oh, wow.
this is the way it works. The first way to assess yourself is when you hear yourself. When you talk, you have to have a feedback. You must hear yourself. So it helps you to regulate your voice. If you feel you're talking loud, at some point you will reduce your voice. But when you have hearing loss,
You can't tell.
you can't tell, then you tend to increase your voice because you feel they can hear you.
What about those people that laugh like, oh, ho, 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 like Father Christmas?
Well, I think that's just laugh. They're just enjoying.
And their
it.
voice is like very big. Like they have like a very big voice. Like you could hear them downstairs.
Well, I don't think that is related to hearing at all.
Well, thank
But
God for
if you
that.
have naturally loud voice, I would say naturally loud voice. You have a loud voice. Go check your hearing. There must be something wrong somewhere.
Because we always talk about it all the time. Like, speak from your belly. Say it loud.
Yeah, exactly.
Say
So
it
I'm like,
loud.
yeah.
It's a broadcasting
It's
term.
a broadcasting term, you have to. And then even when I was doing something over the weekend, I was the only person that didn't have any problem with us for microphone. They had to do many takes for other people because I was like, you're welcome, I already have the radio and television voice.
I think the same thing happens to me because I talk to a lot of people with hearing concerns. So naturally, I raise my voice. How? Because, I always say people like, I'm used to it now because I have to raise my voice to give instructions to my patients.
All right. Well, we're totally out of time.
We're out of time.
But doctor, how can good people
at
in
Evercare
Lagos reach out to you at Evercare Hospital? How can they reach out to you at Evercare Hospital?
Okay, you can reach out to me at Evercare. Our location is number 1 Admiralty Way, Bisola Drosimi Drive, Lekki Peninsula, Scheme 1, Lekki, Lagos. So, and you can also check up our website, www.evercare.ng. And on phone, you can reach us on 081 398 50710. I take that again, 081 398 50710. An email, you can reach out to us on info@evercare.ng.
All right. Thank you so much, doctor.
Thank you
like
so
he
much,
mentioned,
doctor.
www.evercare.ng and also 081 398 and also finally info@evercare.ng. That's the email address you can send your mails to.
Yes, fine. Their location is number 1 Admiralty Way, Bisola Durosimi Eti Drive, Lekki. And doctor, before you go, I just want to ask you, what advice do you have on maintaining good hearing?
I think for you to maintain good hearing, don't expose yourself to loud noise. You understand? When you find yourself in an environment where there's so much noise, you need to just sit away from
Sit
that.
away.
Take a break from that environment.
All right.
You go to one day, you go to parties.
There's no how we can.
The speakers are very loud, but you
That
can
is
take
the
a break.
essence.
Step out. 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Give your ears a break and go back in.
Don't mind me. I'm just joking. If you sit near the speakers, you need to give yourself sense. And
Tomorrow
walk
is
away from
Friday,
it.
Kyle. I don't know what you're talking
They
about.
do regular hearing assessments. At least 2 years, between 2 years and 5 years, you should check your hearing. Yeah, always do that. Just screen.
I've been doing this job for how many years now? I've not gone to test my
I
hearing.
think you need to do that.
I should do it. And that brings us to the very end of the show today. Everyone's laughing at me. And that brings us to the very end of the show today. It's been Dr. Promise Ebuka Okonkwo. He's an audiologist with Evercare Hospital and has been talking with us when it comes to hearing loss, a silent killer. Make sure to reach out to Evercare Hospital. Go onto their website. It's www.evercare.ng. Again, at www.evercare.ng. Call them up on 0813-985-0710. Doctor, thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Lagos, don't forget, if you sent in messages, we're going to be reaching out to you for your vouchers. Okay, so stay close to your phones. That's very important.
Very important.
And also stay close to your radio.
Stay with us.
Smooth Health on the Drive.
It's a global observation that helps raise people's awareness.
Every Thursday at 5:15 p.m.
You didn't know? Now you know.
Powered by Evercare Hospital, Lekki. Transforming healthcare in Nigeria.
Is Evercare you talk to?
Smooth Health on the Drive.
It's a global observation that helps raise people's awareness of
Health information and tips